On December 1, 2024, a decision sent shockwaves through Washington, D.C. and beyond. President Joe Biden issued a full and unconditional pardon to his son, Hunter Biden. The younger Biden was facing sentencing in 2 separate federal cases. This pardon, a power granted to every sitting U.S. president, immediately ignited a firestorm of controversy. Critics and supporters clashed in a heated debate about justice, fairness, and the limits of presidential power.
This was not a decision I made lightly. As a father, I couldn't stand by and watch my son be punished for crimes he committed while battling addiction. I believe everyone deserves a second chance, and Hunter is no different.
The pardon marked a stark reversal from President Biden's previous stance. He had long maintained that he would not interfere in the judicial process regarding his son's legal troubles. This sudden change of heart only added fuel to the already raging fire. The nation watched, captivated by the unfolding drama, as questions swirled about the motivations behind this controversial decision. Hunter Biden's legal woes stemmed from 2 distinct cases brought against him by federal prosecutors. The first revolved around a firearm. Biden, who has publicly acknowledged struggles with drug addiction, had purchased a handgun. However, on the purchase form, he denied being a user of illegal substances. This denial, a direct violation of federal law, formed the basis of the charges against him.
The second case centered on financial irregularities. Prosecutors accused Hunter Biden of failing to pay a significant amount of taxes over several years. This accusation, coupled with the gun charge, painted a picture of a man seemingly operating outside the bounds of the law.
The charges carried the weight of potential prison time, casting a long shadow over Hunter Biden's future. The upcoming sentencing hearings, scheduled for mid-December, loomed large. The nation held its breath, anticipating the judge's decision. Would Hunter Biden face the full force of the law, or would his family name shield him from the consequences of his actions? The pardon, however, rendered these questions moot, abruptly changing the course of the legal proceedings. The U.S. Constitution grants the president sweeping powers, including the authority to issue pardons. This power, however, is not absolute. It only applies to federal crimes and cannot be used to overturn an impeachment conviction. A presidential pardon, in essence, wipes the slate clean. It provides legal forgiveness for past offenses, effectively erasing any possibility of jail time. In Hunter Biden's case, the pardon acted as a legal shield, deflecting the consequences of his actions. The judges presiding over his cases were left with no choice but to cancel the upcoming sentencing hearings. The charges, once carrying the threat of imprisonment, evaporated, leaving behind a wave of questions about the fairness and appropriateness of the pardon. The pardon's scope only added to the controversy. It extended far beyond the specific charges against Hunter Biden, encompassing a broad range of potential federal crimes committed over several years. This expansive reach raised concerns about a potential abuse of power, with critics questioning the message this sent about accountability and the rule of law. In the wake of the pardon, President Biden faced a barrage of questions and criticism. He addressed the nation, seeking to explain his decision. In a somber and emotional address, he acknowledged the controversy surrounding the pardon, but defended his actions, citing his deep love for his son.
This was not a decision I made lightly. As a father, I couldn't stand by and watch my son be punished for crimes he committed while battling addiction. I believe everyone deserves a second chance, and Hunter is no different.
The president's justification, however, did little to quell the rising tide of criticism. Opponents argued that his actions reeked of favoritism, undermining the very foundation of a justice system meant to treat everyone equally, regardless of their family ties. The debate raged on, with no easy answers or resolutions in sight. The pardon ignited a firestorm of reactions from both sides of the political aisle. Supporters applauded President Biden's compassion, praising his willingness to stand by his son in the face of adversity.
They viewed the pardon as a long overdue act of mercy, a chance for Hunter Biden to rebuild his life free from the specter of his past mistakes.
Opponents, however, were far less forgiving. They accused President Biden of blatant hypocrisy, pointing to his previous promises not to interfere in the judicial process.
The pardon, they argued, reeked of a double standard, one rule for the powerful and another for everyone else.
Social media became a battleground of opinions, with hashtags like #HunterBidenPardon and #EqualJustice trending nationwide. The airwaves crackled with heated debates as pundits and politicians alike weighed in on the controversy. The nation seemed deeply divided, with no clear consensus on the pardon's legitimacy or fairness. Section 6. The legal and ethical debate. Beyond the political fallout, the pardon sparked a complex legal and ethical debate. Legal experts grappled with the implications of such a broad pardon, questioning its scope and potential for abuse. They debated the boundaries of presidential power, arguing whether President Biden's actions crossed a line, setting a dangerous precedent for future administrations. Ethically, the pardon raised even more troubling questions. Critics argued that it eroded public trust in the justice system, creating the perception that the wealthy and well-connected were above the law. The pardon, they feared, sent a dangerous message, implying that consequences for wrongdoing were negotiable for those with enough power and influence. The legal and ethical questions surrounding the pardon were complex and multifaceted. There were no easy answers, no clear-cut solutions. The debate highlighted the delicate balance between compassion and accountability, between the rule of law and the power of forgiveness. Section 7. Political fallout, navigating the aftermath. The political fallout from the pardon threatened to engulf President Biden's administration. His approval ratings, already on shaky ground, plummeted further in the wake of the controversy. The Republican Party, sensing an opportunity, seized on the issue, using it to attack the president's judgment and integrity. The pardon also cast a long shadow over the upcoming 2024 presidential election. President Biden, already facing an uphill battle for re-election, found himself on the defensive, forced to spend valuable political capital defending his decision. The pardon became a rallying cry for his opponents, a symbol of what they perceived as his administration's failings. The political landscape shifted, with the pardon becoming a defining issue for many voters. The president and his team faced the daunting task of navigating the fallout, trying to regain control of the narrative and restore public trust. The road ahead promised to be treacherous, fraught with political landmines and potential pitfalls.
This pardon is just another example of the Biden administration's incompetence. It shows a lack of judgment and integrity, and it's something the American people won't forget.
Section 8. A precedent set. Implications for the justice system. The pardon's impact extended far beyond the immediate political fallout, raising concerns about its long-term implications for the justice system. Critics argued that it set a dangerous precedent, normalizing the use of pardons for personal gain or political expediency. They feared that future presidents, emboldened by President Biden's actions, would be more likely to abuse their pardon power, undermining the very foundation of a fair and impartial justice system. The pardon also highlighted the growing influence of money and power in the legal system. Critics argued that Hunter Biden's case was just one example of a larger trend, where the wealthy and well-connected were able to escape accountability for their actions. The pardon, they feared, would only exacerbate this problem, further eroding public trust in the justice system. The pardon served as a stark reminder of the fragility of the justice system and the constant need for vigilance in protecting its integrity. It highlighted the importance of transparency, accountability, and equal justice for all, regardless of their wealth, status, or connections. Section 9. The Presidency and the Scales of Justice. The pardon of Hunter Biden ignited a national conversation about the nature of power, justice, and the role of the president in American society. It forced the nation to confront uncomfortable truths about the influence of family ties, the complexities of addiction, and the limits of forgiveness. The pardon served as a powerful reminder that the presidency is not above the law. It highlighted the delicate balance between personal loyalty and the responsibilities of public office, between the heart of a father and the oath of a president. In the end, the pardon of Hunter Biden left behind more questions than answers. It forced the nation to grapple with complex and nuanced issues, with no easy solutions or clear-cut answers. The debate it sparked, however, served as a testament to the enduring power of the American experiment, where even the most difficult conversations can be had, and where the pursuit of justice remains an ongoing and evolving journey.
It's a reminder that, in a democracy, even the most powerful office must be held accountable. The complexities of this case show that the pursuit of justice is never straightforward, but it's a journey we must continue.